Okay. Good morning, John. How you doing this morning? Steve's going to be here too for sure. He just went to see if he could email next week's guest to be on this morning because he's building trees too right now. So we're going to try and get him on before he comes on the show next week. And we've got a guy coming on that might be on this morning when he gets back from the doctor this morning. I've got to talk him on to StreamYard for this week's show. So anyway, we may have two new people on this morning. And the other thing is neat. Shannon says he's going to be back Saturday. So hopefully that comes to pass and we'll get to see Shannon too. Anyway, I'm just going to do some more of my these little aspen trees. I think they look a lot better than my other ones that I had originally. So I'm going to end up pulling all those off. This is the one, I don't know if you saw the my update, but this is the one that is dryer sheet with foliage attached to the dryer sheet, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I think I'm going to get some scissors and try and stretch this out a little bit more, cut it up and stretch it out a little bit more. I think it'll look a little better. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing to add some more aspens to the layout because I'm doing a basically fall scene. Hey, Sheep Boy, good morning. Yeah, they came out really nice, John. I like the way they do it, and the trunks are real easy. You just paint them with a chalky white paint and then take a magic marker or a Sharpie or something black and put the black marks on them. So there's Steve. So anyway, yeah, the tough part was getting the shape right. Well, I ended up just using the pine trees from Woodland Scenics, those right there, and then I cut off about a quarter to a third of the lower branches, so that I get a longer trunk, and it makes the top of the tree look a little bit bigger. And of course, the aspens are usually a little bit shorter than the evergreens or the pine trees in the real world, anyway. So anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. I do have a HVAC guy coming to test or to do a checkup on the AC. And he's supposed to be here between 9 and 11. So we'll see if he shows up. Oh, he'll show up. I just don't know when.
Good morning, everybody. I'm late this morning. Well, actually, I wasn't late. I had to get off trying to get. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. His name is. He goes by Bill A. He builds. He's got an N scale layout and an HO scale layout in his garage, and now he's going to be starting an ON3 layout. So I've been kind of in contact with him, and he's going to be on the show, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. And he's going in for back surgery probably the next week after that. So he's going to be incapacitated for a little bit. But he's excited to be on, and it's kind of cool. He's really good. And that funny thing is he's making trees today. I watched his update, and he's making O-scale trees. And I think he said he was going to be doing it today. So I got off and just shot him an email to see if he wanted to get on Beans this morning. I mean, if Claude's making trees and Bill's in wherever he lives making trees, you might as well be on here making trees. I wasn't making trees this morning.
This is the perfect forum for doing that, whether we're actually live with the Bean Show or not, or just chatting. This is what's really good about working at the bench and being on screen with somebody or video chatting with somebody, because you get a lot of work done because you stay at it longer than you might normally do if you don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah. Well, and it gets monotonous too. Trees are not exciting to make. It just takes,
Yeah, I mean, it's just repetition. Once you figure out what you're doing, it's just doing it over and over and over.
I don't think I have enough material to make any trees. I'd have to look.
But the mountain behind me would have taken a lot longer to do had we not been doing beans shows last summer when we couldn't go anywhere. And I'd have been out, doing other stuff, playing golf and all that kind of good garbage.
How are you playing golf with your back and your body trashed the way it is?
Not very well. Oh, it doesn't bother my knee. The golf doesn't bother my knee as long as I pay attention to where I'm walking.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, the other night at bowling, I stepped up on the apron and I felt a little twinge, and I thought, you better back up and work it around a little bit before you throw the ball. And of course, I didn't do that. I just went ahead and threw the ball.
There you
and
go.
As soon as I planted that left foot to slide, it just felt like somebody stuck a knife under my kneecap.
Ow.
And of course, threw the ball in the gutter. It's a wonder I didn't fall down. And it's been sore ever since. So I know it's torn. It's a torn meniscus. I know that's what it is because I've had 2 surgeries on that knee already and 1 on the right knee for the same thing. So I know the feeling and what it feels like.
Yeah, like I said, I had mine done, and that was yeah.
But I haven't gone in yet because, for one, my surgeon retired. So I've got to get another guy. And the other thing is I've got that trip coming up to Silverton in July. I don't want to be where I can't move around for that. So I'd rather hobble than not be able to, than to be on a surgically repaired knee right off. That way, if I hurt it again, at least it's before surgery. So, plus bowling, because we've been bowling, I hate to let everybody on the team down because I can't bowl. Not that it would let them down; it'd probably help them.
No, you ass. Where did you find that?
I've got Gus out here. I've got. Oh God, he's been a Tasmanian devil. Oh. Yesterday, it was his mission to terrorize Blue and the cat. Lacey won't come out of the bedroom. She's terrified of it.
God.
I don't know where you found that, but he's out here so I can babysit him. Gotta love our 4-leggers.
You sure you're babysitting him?
Yeah, he is all puppy now. Oh my God. He's going through the terrible puppy twos. He's got a thing about socks, slippers, flip-flops, shoes.
Anything laying on the floor? Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Okay. Who's on? Bernard's here. Hey, Bernard.
Hey, good morning, Bernard.
Lee's here. Hey, Lee.
Hey, Lee. I was just trying to clean up.
We're just yakking and making trees, or I'm making trees. Steve's cleaning up and
this is a mess out here. My shop's a disaster. It's worse than I did. It was cleaner before I did the challenge for oh God, I'm drawing a blank on it.
Was it Roy?
No.
Who was it did the clean challenge?
Jerry Satz.
Ah, that's right, Jerry. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's worse now than before I started that challenge. And then I've been the last couple of days. Actually, I've been going through old cars. I guess what do you would call it? Bad order cars and stuff I forgot that I had. Trying to get them up and running. Sorting out. I told Claude I was sorting out trucks and trying to match wheels with trucks, which is a pain in the butt. And now I'm trying to do that. Let me check chat. Let's see. Yeah, let's do trees. Why don't you help us do trees, Bernard? I don't think I have enough stuff to make any trees.
Gus, what are you looking for now?
I'll tell you what, you're gonna find anything you can.
I agree, Bernard. Actually, I don't wait till the 19th hole. I hit the 9.5 hole. And then hit the 19th at the end. I used to be about 11 handicap, and I was playing at least 4 times a week. And it's the only way you get down to be that low unless you're just naturally talented. But anyway, that was several years ago. And then wife and I quit playing for a long time. And I just started playing again a couple of years ago. And I am nowhere close to what I used to be score-wise. But I don't get mad at myself now when I hit a bad shot. So that's good. In that respect, I have a lot more fun than I used to have. I used to have fun playing then too, because it was fun to play good, but I was much more critical of my game then than I am now.
Well, I've got enough stuff I can make a few trees, I guess, since everybody's making trees. I need to clean this mess up is what I need to do. Should I make trees or should I clean this mess up? Because I don't have any room to work out here.
Well, do whatever you want to do, man.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Lackawanna Rail fan, how are you doing this morning? I didn't say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Lee.
Lackawanna Rail fan, what is your first name?
He said once. I think he said.
Did he? I missed it then.
I don't.
I try to remember everybody's name, but it doesn't always happen. I Jason tried to catch you last night on Heath's train wreck. Oh, Heath had a train wreck last night? Or is that just what he named his show? Because Heath, I think, is kind of a train wreck.
I'm going to get off for a minute and see if Bill has answered by email. I'll be right back.
Okay. Not a real exciting show today, guys. But we thought we'd do one. I've got an AC guy coming to check the units above me, and I had to get set up in here if we were going to do one because the ladder to the attic is right over the door into this room. So if he gets here while we're still on air. In the meantime, we're just going to yak and make some trees. And in a little while, I'll be getting a call from our guest for this week so I can talk him into how to get on StreamYard. Steve is actually off now to try and contact the guy for next week. That's going to be on next week. See if he wants to come on today because he's actually building trees today. So we said, hey, get him on here. Anyway, that's how we roll, just kind of informal as can be. Got a couple more of these to trim and twist up, and then I'll start putting some more. I got some more foliage like I had before. At Hobby Town yesterday, they actually had some. I couldn't believe it. And I picked up some more trees. Because no matter, you get 44 trees. Yeah, 44 trees in one of these pine tree bags of 4 to 6 inch trees. And I've used three full bags, 3.5 bags. This is the end of the 4th bag, I guess. Something like that. Anyway, they disappear pretty quick when you start sticking them up on the layout. As anybody knows that's done trees on any size of a layout. if I had it to do again, I would probably have built this downstairs in my shop, this layout, and done it much smaller, and done just a narrow gauge mining railroad or something like that, and left the standard gauge off completely. But this one's fun, and since it's already started and well on its way, it's going to continue. But I almost blew my knee out last week bowling. And of course, with the bad, I've got bad feet too from limping on all the knees when the knees went bad. And I've got a bad back just because I'm 6'2", and anybody that's tall ends up with bad back. So, oh. Let you back in. I don't want to let you back in. I don't want to let you back in.
You're too busy talking. And
I know. While I was finishing up clipping the trees.
I'm going, hello, let me back in. Now he's working this morning, so he said he'd love to, but he's busy.
Okay. So Lackawanna Rail fan's name is Tyler. I'm guessing okay. by the conversation on in chat. Welcome, Tyler. I'll try and remember that name now.
I will too. What? No, let me see that. What is that?
What do you mean now?
That DRGNLVR68. Boy, I'm not going to know. What do we call you? I'm not going to go through that one every time.
Which one do we got?
Yeah. Give us a regular name. You can make one up. I don't care. I just need something better than that I can remember.
I must have missed some. Oh, Dr. something 68, right? Dr. Let's see. It's like trying to figure out the personalized license plates. It's
Jason, I don't know.
Dr. Great Northern Lover.
There are some companies online that do stuff like nothing but make trees. One of them makes stuff that is museum quality. I mean, it's fabulous looking, hollow logs and deep wood stuff. So they would make something like that, but they're not cheap. You know, a tree, I'd say this size, probably a little bit bigger than this, a little taller than this, is like $25. So, you know, if you go and put a whole mountain full of trees on your layout, you better be rich. But those kind of things are made for, like, you know, doing modules and stuff like that, where you don't have to have a lot of trees, just enough in that foreground kind of area. If I think about it, I will shoot you, or if you'll send me a reminder later today, text me or something, send me an email and remind me. I'll look up the links that I've got and I'll send them to you. There's a couple of 3 different ones, I think, that do nothing but trees, and you'd have to ask them if they do a loblolly. I don't know. Dragon Lover. Okay.
Dragon Lover. Okay.
That makes sense now.
Okay,
I'll remember that, because that, yeah.
I wasn't even close.
I wasn't even going to try. Bernard wants to know how I'm making these. Well, that's kind of the whole point today, Bernard. I'm starting with the, hang on here, I'll get the package up here. I'm starting with the pine tree. You can't read that, can you? Here, let me do this one. This one probably better to see. Tree armatures, the pines. These are the 4 to 6 inch high pines. Okay. Now, to do the aspens, what I've been doing is cutting off. Which one to show? Which one's better? Cutting off the bottom 1/4 to 1/3 of the branches. Okay. Of course, twist them up like Woodland Scenics tells you to do. Spread out the branches. And then I use Chalky finish. That's not working worth the squat here. That's easier to see. Chalky finish from Krylon. I'm sure Rust-Oleum probably makes something similar, or you can find something like this at a craft store. But the chalky finish seems to look the best. A flat would probably work. Then once I paint these up white and they dry, then I take just a regular Sharpie. I don't know which camera to go to. A regular Sharpie, black Sharpie, and I put the black marks on them. Oh, we can see those very good there. Maybe see them a little better there. The black marks like you get on the bark on an aspen. So if you look up aspen online and get a close up of the bark, you'll see those black splotches on the bark, and you just randomly put the black marks on there. Nobody's going to check that for accuracy, so do that. And then I've been using for most of them. I've been using this. It's a early fall foliage Woodland Scenics. This is F55 is the item number on this. And this is kind of a fibrous material, and you can see there's, let's see if you can see in there. There's two different shades in there. One's a little brighter, and one's got a little more orange in it. The other thing I'm trying to do is use the dryer sheet, these dryer sheets like this, because their fiber is kind of like what's used for this other. Now, this other is real thin fiber, and you can see on this one, it's a little bit thick, but this was my first attempt that I did the other day. And then I sprayed that and then put the foliage on the outside of it. What I think I'm going to try and do some more experimenting with it, maybe, and take some scissors. I just thought about this the other day. Take some scissors and cut this stuff, into a bunch of little pieces like this, little strips. Take these and then spread them out and glue those on separately, and then put the foliage on, and I may get a better look that way. This is also the same thing I used for the waterfall, for the mist on the waterfalls. It works really good. I also used it for the smoke on the campfire. And that little strand that I put up for the wisp, the smoke coming off this campfire is still standing up, and I put that on there 4 months ago. So this stuff works really well for a lot of stuff, and these are just bounce dryer sheets that are used, and but they're kind of dense, so you got to pull them apart to get a fibrous look to them. But I also use some of them to put plaster on. The only problem with them is they're kind of small for that, but they work well for that. Anyway, that's how I'm doing it, Bernard.
And that's the truth.
And that's the truth. Hey, Joe Rader's here. Hey, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Joe.
Daniel Banks is here. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel.
Oh, Allie's here. I missed Allie. Where'd Allie come in at?
Allie. Hey, Allison. We're going to have Shannon back Saturday. I don't know if it's permanent or just that Saturday, but he's going to be on Saturday, last thing I heard. And we've also got several guests lined up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, we've got several guests lined up for the next 3 weeks or so. Hey, Joe uses the dryer sheets for plaster cloth. They work really well for that, because they're tough for one thing. They don't tear when you go to put them on. They stay together, unlike paper towels can really come apart. Lob blade branches are trunk are like an oak tree, but with needles instead of leaves. Also, their bark has a reddish hue. Yeah, especially if they're Jason, if they're specialized in one fairly small location in the country, that would probably be why nobody makes one. But I guarantee you, this one guy, I bet you could tell them what you got, and I bet they would see about doing that. Although it will cost you, I'm sure.
Oh, that was stupid.
You're welcome, Bernard. Hey, Allie, are you going to be here Saturday by chance? We may have a full show.
Yeah.
We may have more people on than we can handle.
Well, that's what I was thinking with the guests and the panel. We might have to rotate people.
Okay. Southern yellow pine. Okay, well now that's what I know. I know southern yellow pine makes great wood, and you can't even hardly find it anymore in the lumber yard.
And if you find it, it's a fortune.
Oh yeah, but it's much better wood than the white wood that they're using now, which is a hybrid fast grow breed that they came up with to replace all the wood that was getting cut down.
How are you doing?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make room to even work out here.
And I'm going to spray these off camera, guys, so you'll just have to endure that. And I don't wash these trunks or anything before I do this. I just spray them right out of the bag. All I've done is lopped off some of the branches at the bottom and twisted them.
Hi. You guys want to say good morning to the little devil dog?
Hey, Gus.
Oh, God. Little butthole. Oh, my God. I got so much stuff I got to do today, and I don't want to do any of it. Oh.
Well, I didn't mean to keep you from working.
Oh no, this is a great idea. No, we talked about it because I said I was only free on, what was it, Tuesday and Thursday. So I'd much rather do this for a couple hours. I got to take.
Well, I don't think you're ever free.
No, I'm never free.
You're pretty cheap, but you're not usually
Hey, I'm
free.
cheap. I'm cheap, but I ain't easy. No, I got to take the little white dog. I got to take Lacey to the groomer this afternoon. I got to do that and housework and watch the Tasmanian devil here.
Yeah, I hear that.
Say good morning. This is our little Frenchie.
This is going to have to be done in stages. I can't spray all these at the same time. I won't live through it.
Okay, I got back to work. Okay, can I get back to work? He's like, ooh, there's all kinds of stuff up here to chew on. He's like, ooh, look at all those trees. Those look really fun. He's actually eyeing all my trees. Okay. Well, what I'm going to glue some trees so they can be drying while I clean this one. See, my tree making involves toothpicks and furnace filter.
Well, and I could probably do something like that too, but
Well,
the aspens are a little tougher deal, and now that I've started with the Woodland Scenics, I'm just staying with that. But you can see this. I was going to say you can kind of see what this stuff looks like. It's folded up in the bag, but it comes in a sheet like this, and it's held together with a fiber material similar to the dryer sheet. Not quite as dense, but same kind of thing.
Well, see, I'm lucky. The end scale is easy because the trees are small. No, you can't have this. Ooh, yeah, he's gonna love chewing on this stuff. My glue. So you went.
Did you happen to see Toy Man
No,
he
I
had a
didn't.
tip yesterday. Like it was just a little, like a 3-minute video on how to keep the your CA glue tip, your super glue tip clear.
Speaking of which, my glue is stuck as you were saying that. Like my glue
He
is
buys these little bottles, plastic bottles with a metal needle tip on them on Amazon. And if they stick, if it sticks in the tip or clogs up in the tip, he just takes a lighter and heats it up because it's CA is very flammable, and it heats that up and it eventually it'll clear that tip. It was a pretty cool tip. Oh, I got somebody texting me that might be a guest for next week.
uh-oh.
With that, or it's
Or it's the heater guy.
oh no, the heater guy's on the way. That's what I got. Okay.
Tell him to be on the show.
Hang on a second. I may have to get off of here. Here we go.
That's okay. I can carry the show.
Well, they even send a picture, like I want his picture.
Oh, yeah. That way you know who's coming.
Well, I just got to make sure I don't have to confirm so that he keeps coming. No, he is on the way. So
So you're going to have to get off when he gets here?
no.
Oh.
No, I won't. I'll leave this all up and going, and I'll have to go, talk to him, and then I'll bring him in here and show him how to get upstairs, which I need to kind of move this stuff out of the way because he's got to get up there.
That's right. Yeah, I can put these.
I just have to show him where stuff's at, thermostats and all that good stuff. And I'll have to probably go unlock the gate so we can get over to the units.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go from in the 70s to the 30s. Snow.
Yeah. Well, we went from 10 days below zero, or not below zero, below freezing, to 73 like in 2 weeks. And then the other day we had 2 nights close to freezing again. So welcome to Oklahoma. Get all the weird weather here. These are dry enough, yeah. Nice thing about this chalk paint is it dries to the touch pretty quick. And I don't usually wait till it gets completely dry before I put this over here. Can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just putting random black marks on the trunk.
We're having a contest on Saturday for a Frenchie. That's going to be the prize.
You can give the dog away. You better go with it, Steve.
You guys want a Frenchie?
If I know Sheila, you better go with the dog.
Oh, God. If I did that, oh, man. That would be bad. That would be bad. He's a shit, but he's a cute little one.
Isn't that what she said about you?
No, she never said that about me. Never.
You like me, you're still trying to figure out what they see in us?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait a minute. Now he's in the wood pile.
Well, take him around back of that sucker.
I hear him in the scrap wood pile underneath the tape of the radio alarm saw. I'm sure you're finding something to chew on.
Oh yeah, mine always go out and get balsa wood out of the shop.
Well, he found a piece of styrofoam. And I was like, where the heck did you find that?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. They'll get those little peanuts, those packing peanuts.
Man,
Chew those all up, and they don't eat them. They just chew them up and spread them all over the house.
Oh, his thing is pine cones. Oh man, and there's no shortage of pine cones around here. He just chews them up. I don't get it because they're sharp.
Yeah.
That's like what are you seeing chewing on these, man? It's like And then my sister-in-law, she was here. She's like, well, why don't you pick him up so he doesn't chew on him? And it's like, I'm looking around, it's like about 10,000 pine cones laying around. It's like, sure, knock yourself out.
Yeah, I understand.
5-gallon drum I'll see in 6 months.
Hey, Michael McCarville's here. Good morning.
I apologize for not watching too many of your live streams. I try. I see them, but it's like, oh, timing is always bad for the live streams.
Yeah, they're talking about the price of lumber. Yeah, sheet goods especially have gone through the roof, and I'm not sure exactly what the reason for that is. I know I saw a video on a guy that has a do-it-yourself channel, and he was trying to blame it on the lumber companies, and it could be that. But there's usually more than that involved. One of the reasons it's gone up is diesel prices went back up.
You wonder why.
I know that because my wife arranges trucking for casing and tubing for oil and gas wells, and she said that the trucking fees doubled overnight. So that's part of it. Michael's got a question. Have you ever had to remove a moderator? I removed one last night after they injected conspiracy theory stuff for the 3rd week in a row.
I would get rid of them.
Yeah, there's places they can do that.
Well,
I mean, Steve and I talk politics all the time before the show, but we don't normally do it on the show. We try not to.
Yeah,
It's that's not what the channel's for. So
especially
you're on the show. I don't care what your politics are, as long as they keep them to yourself while you're here on the show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's too divisive. I mean, this is no place right now.
Yeah, there was a bunch of you guys, Michael, up there. The guest we're going to have on next week, Mark Pruitt, he was up there at the show in North Platte. Looked like a really good show. And you guys have a really nice club layout. I didn't realize that was yours until late into your first little deal, that was the club that you're in.
Oh, and our guest for not this Saturday, but the next one, which I think is May 1st, the Saturday. A lot of people follow him, and I found him just recently, so I kind of been watching him. He goes by William A. And he's building. Well, he's got N scale and HO in his garage, and he's going to be starting an ON3 layout.
Yeah, I saw that. You sent me that link, and I saw that, and I was like, this dude's way too ambitious.
He's moving layouts around in his garage and his kayaks and his bikes to try to make room for another
third layout.
A third layout in a different scale. It's my God, it's like I thought he was retired or something, and he still works. And it's like, oh my God, if I get him on this show, I'd love to find out, more about what he does. And he said, yeah. So he's going in for back surgery in a couple of weeks. So,
and so moving all that stuff around.
Yeah, he's trying to get everything all set up so that he can sit down and make trees and such, while he's incapacitated for 6 to 8 weeks. But I don't know. I can't put a link in here, but you guys can find him. But yeah, he was making some trees on his last update, and the interesting idea he was doing for the big trees was making the tips of his big trees like N scale, so that they had the detail on the top of the trees, and then did with his wire armatures, and I don't know, there's some rope and things that he was doing. Great idea. But he's a really good scenicer. Is that a word? Scenicer?
I guess so. You said it.
I said it. No, it's pretty interesting. And then we've got another guy coming that he hasn't told me exactly the date or when he can, but he wants to be on. He models in 2 scales, which is kind of like me. He models in N scale, and he's building an 1.5-inch scale railroad in his backyard, which is really cool. And I hooked up with him. He remembers me because when he was originally doing his videos on planning his track plan in his backyard, he was wanting to run his right of way between his big tree. Guys, no, you're not going out. And his fence, which was only like, I don't know, it was like 2 feet, maybe 3 feet. And I said, don't do it, man. That's because people are always wanting to stick their feet out and stuff. So I told him go around the tree. Long story short, he said, oh, man, that's a good idea. And so he remembered me. That's my claim to fame. But he's going to be on. He's building this with his kid. It's really cool. I mean, it's not real big. I mean, it's an oval in his backyard, and he's got one switch that's going to go to a local ramp or something. But I'm not sure what he's planning on for his power. He built he's got one car that he built. He's buying all kits and stuff. It's not, it's not like he's machining it. He's buying all the, pre-made parts. So that should be interesting. No. Not going on. I should look at chat. I haven't looked at chat. Let's see. What the hell did I do? We got Lynn McCurdy. Good morning. That's a new name.
Hey, Lynn. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome to the insane asylum.
Really. And that's being kind. As you guys can see, probably this stuff, I got to pull it apart because it's got that. It's like foliage impregnated in this fiber material. Is what the product is, and of course the foliage falls out of there, so you want to have it on something that you can catch that with, and then you just play with putting it on, get it on there like you want it, where you think it'll look good, and then I come back in with this extra like this and sprinkle it on, put some more of it on there. I got a feeling that guy's going to be here any second, and I'm going to have to leave the room for a few minutes while I get him set up and get him doing his thing, and then I'll be back.
Oh, don't leave me in charge.
Well, you're just going to have the microphone to yourself.
Okay.
I would never leave you in charge.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I know how you are, Steve.
You do too.
Anyway, that's
There's not many people that do, and you do.
So anyway, I'm going to go do that. So I'm going to leave this up and running, and you guys can fall asleep or whatever. Listen to Steve.
I should put a train running around.
I'll be back in just a minute or two.
I'm still here. Yes. Of course, the little dog is at the door. He's like, "Oh, let me out." No, you're not going out. I should get a. What? Come here. Where'd you go? Oh, you're quick. We should play a joke on Claude while he's gone. Oh, you're from California, Lynn. So am I. I used to be anyway. Now I'm from Oregon. What part of California? Dog cam. You want a doggy cam? He wants a puppy cam. I need a puppy cam. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. We need puppy cam. Oh my God, you weigh a ton. Oh, puppy cam. That's old Gus. That's old Gus, huh? Yeah. Like a puppy cam. He's actually a really good dog. He's all puppy, that's for sure. Palmdale, High Desert. Oh, you're down. Okay, Southern California. So did you model Santa Fe or chase Santa Fe or SP while you're down there? That's near the Palmdale cutoff, I think. See you later, Jason. Oh, I don't know where Wilford is. Oh, yeah, you're a fart. Yes, you are. Yeah, you are a poop. What? You got puppy cam? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, you're a star. You just wanted attention, right? I can't read this with you licking my face. You model anything you want. Santa Fe, SP, UP, Rio Grande, you name it. There you go. Do you mind? Do you mind? Yeah, I tend to model Santa Fe. I got some SP stuff, and it's funny now. I got some BN stuff. I picked up a. Can you stop it? A BN. See what is it? A C30-7. I got a good deal on it. I figured I'd use it in, pool service. Figured that's how I justified it. But then I got a bunch of BN cars, so now I'm gonna have at least one BN train. I got a caboose that's coming. It should be here. Oh, probably next Monday. And then I can have a BN train. That's you never make this hard. Can I put you down? There we go. Let me make some room to put this on this and so you get off. Oh, how many people are dog people? Some people aren't dog people. No, you can't go out. There. Isn't that funny how the dogs get to go back to bed? That's not fair. They always say it's a dog's life. I'll tell you, a dog's got it pretty good, most of them. Why are you stopping? Oh, sounds like Claude coming back. I need a track cleaning car. I'm gonna pull Shannon's track cleaning car around. Why are you barking? Why are you barking? guard dog. I don't know whether to make trees, run trains, clean the shop, take the dog out, clean track. I think I'll clean track. You can't go out. Get in here. Get in here. Here, doggies.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing? I'm good. How are you doing? I'm doing good. You don't need to wear the mask unless you just want to. I know might be company makes you do it, so. Yeah, I'm worried.
Metal wheels. There we go.
Been vaccinated and everything, so.
Well, my wife had it. I never got it, so.
Really?
I lived with her the whole
I've heard all kinds of crazy stories like that.
This one will run.
Okay.
So if you just watch her when you're going in and out, this one, if she gets out, she won't go in. Let me show you. Oh, they're both. They love people. This little one will take off. Okay, I'm going to show you. First, there's right around that corner in the hall. The other one's right out there. Right here. Open that gate on that side. We're having a pool put in, so I'll go through that gate. Okay, they're both out that way. And then
Oh, it's awful quiet. Awful quiet.
they're in the attic. Got this huge house in the attic. And I am, you may be on.
That's funny,
TV,
Lynn. That's
not
exactly
TV,
what I've been doing.
Internet. We're doing a live modeling show.
Clean and adjusting
Anybody
with
go
the
this
car.
way? It'll definitely hold my weight, so put it in a pretty good ladder. It's nice and wide.
It's a pain.
Light on the next post over. There's a switch for that. Of course,
It's
it's
WP along with Kansas City. You know, I
the first.
was always a
Start
WP
outside,
fan,
okay.
and
man.
then I'll work my way
All
in.
right. However you want it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
I changed all the
Air filters.
air filters,
Gotcha.
so that's good. But do the microbial.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
the
I don't know if they.
BBJ treatment.
I don't know if they do that every 6 months or just once a year.
It's every 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have that done. So
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do that. And anyway, if you have any questions, I'll be right up here.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate it.
So will we.
Thank you.
So will we.
Okay.
Are you
That's
back?
fun.
That was fun. Well, while you're back, I'm going to leave for a minute because this is what I'm looking at. The dog sitting at the door going, ah, I want to go out. I want out. I mean, look at that face. He's like, oh.
He's much more patient than mine are.
It's either that or he wants the 12-pack of beer. I can't tell which one it is.
Well, that could be.
It could be the beer. It might be the beer. Anyway, I'm going to take him out for a couple minutes.
Usually when I want a 12-pack of beer, I'm not that calm either.
Well, I will be right back. He's probably got to do his thing. Do your thing.
And of course, my dogs think they have to bark at every noise they hear between the pool guys and the air conditioning guys. It might get kind of loud. this is such an easy way of doing these. And for me, it's just as good as if I had a really, detailed tree made, because I've got to have so many of them. And aspens grow, I don't know if you know this, they don't actually produce seed, I don't think, but they all grow from the same root. That's why you see them in great big clusters. They grow almost like a tubular plant would grow, where they spread underground and then pop up, which I didn't know until a couple of years ago, but that was pretty interesting. They call it the second largest organism on the planet, which I don't know who calls it that, but
Oh, he should be a lot happier now. That's why we call him Poopy Puppy.
Poopy Puppy.
No, he should be really happy now. He did his thing.
Put these over here.
Yeah, Bernard, I was going to ask Lynn the same question if he has a channel. You could be a guest. You could have an hour all to yourself. You know what the worst thing about getting the scenery almost done on your layout, or at least to the point where it looks good? There's no room to work out here. I can't set anything anywhere.
Oh, Jason had to leave. Yeah, well.
I mean, there is seriously no room out here.
That's because you didn't think it through before you started building.
God. Well, see, that's it. I didn't plan any of that.
Well, I know what you did. You started doing that thinking it was going to be temporary.
Yeah. Actually,
I've done that before.
yeah, that's kind of it's like,
Yeah, with the whole intent that it was only going to be there for a little while, and then you take it all out.
well, this
That's why
was
you
all.
built.
I never had the plan of even having a model railroad out here. This was just sort of
I know that's what I mean, though. That's why you left the desk there and everything else.
yeah. Well, I built this shop, and then it was like, I really need this. It's a what is it? It's 10 by 24, and I really needed this space for all the power tools, and I figured it would be nice to have a dedicated. I called it an office. That's not your. And it ended up a place where I've taken all my railroad memorabilia and Santa Fe paperwork and things that all mean a lot to me that I've put on the wall.
Yeah.
And the old oak desk. And then that's not your dog. Here's your dog barking. And then I was going through stuff and I found some old slot cars that I had as a kid, the old Aurora slot cars, and I set it up, put a piece of plywood up on the desk and set up a track for my granddaughter when she was over here, and she played with it. It was no big deal. She kind of got bored with it and it was in the way, so I took it down. And I had the board. I figured, well, I could add a little bit over here and I had some old HO turnouts and track, and I made a little switching layout out here, which was fun for a while. And then I get a present in the mail about 3 years ago, Christmas, from my brother-in-law, some N-scale stuff that he'd had in his attic for 40 some odd years that he'd been kicking around. And he just said, well, Steve likes trains. I'll just send it to him. And I got this big old box when I had to open it up, and that's what started this mess.
Yeah. That'll do it. Unwanted gifts from relatives.
Yeah. No, I still tease him that he started all this. Here, I'll set up to watch the trains. You don't want to watch me. Look at this thing.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I figured this, figured out how to do these on these pine trees, because I'm not real happy with the ones I originally made. And all of those will be coming out and getting replaced and added to.
There's so many ways to make trees. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah.
I think. Let's see. That's a decent angle. Okay.
See, and the nice thing about using this fiber material as a, in this case, it's impregnated with the foliage. But that's what I didn't do with the dryer sheet when I made that first one, is I didn't get it wispy enough. I didn't have enough air in it.
Sound like Bob Ross. Get enough air in.
Oh, we got a pizza place here in they're in Oklahoma, called Hideaway Pizza, and they've got this little character that's their cartoon type character that's their mascot, or whatever you want to call it. Not really a logo, but he's on everything that they got, menu and all that. Well, they have these. They serve drinks in these plastic cups and tumblers that you can take home. And they're all time doing special ones and stuff. And last night they had one, and he comes to the table, and it's an artist. He's an artist in front of an easel with pine trees on it, mind you, and a big afro.
Nah.
I thought of you, Steve, when I saw that.
Steve Ross.
Yep.
Oh man, I watched him for years.
Like I say, ours artist that we watched as kids was John Nagy, and I don't know if he was just in Southern California or what, but his was mainly pencils and chalks. He didn't paint, but he was very good.
Bernard says he's been hogging the chat.
Bernard's been hogging the chat.
Should I put him in a timeout?
Well, I haven't heard him, so.
I can put him in.
Joe got to leave. Hey,
Who?
Joe, have a good one.
Later, Joe.
Must be the nitro in his coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, and John's got to get back to work. You know what this is all code for, don't you, Steve?
What's that?
They're bored.
They're bored. Yeah, I copy that.
Which I can't blame them for that.
I'm never bored.
Are you never bored?
No, I'm boring, but I'm never bored.
Ah, there you go. That sounded like a politically correct response.
I'm good at being. No, I'm not. I'm not good at politically correct. Not anymore. I used to be.
Okay, let's not go there.
I'm not politically correct at all. Actually, I'm kind of a rebel now.
Rebel rouser.
I'm a rebel rouser. Oh, slow down. Trying to get some trains running. Oh, there we go. We'll run that around the other way. Okay. Oh no, we got a hardware store here that finally said, you know what? You don't have to wear a mask. We're not the mask police. I've spent a fortune at that place. I bet every stick of lumber out at this shop I bought there. And it feels so nice. It is so nice.
Yeah, the city, I think it's the city mandate. Maybe the state and the city, I don't know. I don't think the state ever had a mandate. In fact, I know they didn't, because out here in the old town, the suburb that we're close to, that we shop in, they've left it up to the vendors, the different stores, as to whether or not you wear a mask. but the city of Tulsa, which we actually live in, is going to let them they had a mandate on, and they're going to let it run out the end of the month. So that'll be nice.
Well, we live in a communist state, so it was very refreshing. Not to get political. I probably shouldn't even say that because we're going to get in trouble.
Okay, that's 5 trees down. Let's get the next 5 going.
A little cab hop going. That's what we called in the Santa Fe. Power in a caboose. A cab hop.
Make giant redwood, used a yucca stem and about 4 bags of green foam. What scale was it, Lynn? Yeah, because there can be a point where you say, oh, that's going to be way too big, or that's using too much material, or something like that. But I do stuff all the time where I come in and say, oh, that sounds like that. I'm thinking of a good idea. Or, I'm thinking, oh, that sounds good. Like it would work real well on the layout and all this. And I'll get up here and go, well, that's impractical.
I think we've all been there.
I was going to do a cantilever bridge on the steel bridge on the front of the mountain. I thought that'll look really cool. And then I got up here and I'm going, there's no way in the world that it ever work.
Yes,
Not just in real life, but in on my layout, it wouldn't work.
I even have one Conway line here.
Daniel says, go big or go home. Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Oh, it better not be the Jerry I'm thinking of. Yep.
It is.
Hi, Jerry. We were just talking about you. Or at least
Steve was talking about you.
I was talking about you. I was telling everybody that my shop is in worse shape now than it was before I did your challenge. It's a mess out here. I do thank you for the challenge, though. I'm going to have to do it again. I mean, somebody was asking about this steam engine up here, that I should restore it and run it. It does run, though. We'll get it to run. I've got a couple trucks on here, Jerry. We could do. Where's Jerry?
I got Jerry's truck right here. Or a truck.
I've got a truck in front of my new little tiny garage for the farmhouse. Let's see, is that gonna run?
That's cool. I think that's a 40. I think it was a 41 Ford. Whew.
It's running.
Always fun when you're spray painting inside.
Why? This used to run. Now it doesn't run. That's funny.
Steve Bernard wants to know what steamer that was.
It is I think it's Atlas. It's a Pacific. And it does run, but now it doesn't want to run. That's weird. It's been sitting up there so long now. It doesn't run. It used to. Okay. It's buzzing. Oh, that's good. Now it really is bad order. That's why I don't run Steam. I hate Steam. They're a pain in the ass.
They just don't like you. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'll run Shannon's alligators. Not alligators. His baby sharks. These are Shannon's. Which I got to send a bunch of stuff to him. These are 2 pence.
Yeah, he said he was going to send me some money to send to you.
Yeah, it's a long story. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be probably the last time we do this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he had me try to sell these sharks, but nobody wanted them. There we go.
But early?
They run really good. They're black New York. They're New York Central. That's it.
Ah, that's why nobody wants them.
Well, I think he wanted too much for them too.
Ah, yeah, there probably.
He wanted $100 or $150, something like that. Should I put a train behind them?
Do they have sound?
No. They run really good. They've got slow speed motors in them. So I mean you can get it down to just a crawl.
Well, that's a good feature.
They got some cars for it. I have a Penn Central caboose. That'll work.
What are you doing with a Penn Central caboose?
It came with my brother-in-law's stuff. I don't have the heart to get rid of it. I got a Conrail caboose too. That we were going to do something. We were going to do a surprise for Sparky, but we just never did it. Hey, Claude, Bernard's got a question. Did you figure dollars on bridge pieces and parts? Did you get the email?
No, I have been a bad boy, Bernard. I have not done that. What I've got, I can tell you what I've got as far as the parts. It's micro engineering. It's the tall viaduct stuff, or the viaduct bridges, kind of like what I put in on mine. Well, exactly like what I put on mine. I've got a 30-foot deck for HON3, which I guess you could use it on HO if it was just, if you're using it on like a small stream crossing or something like that, you could probably get it to look okay and get it to work. The other pieces I have that are unused are the tower extensions. So unless you want to make a really tall tower, and they would work on the HO or the HON3, either one, because they don't have the decking with them. They're just the tower, the bottoms of the towers. So they make the footprint a little bit bigger at the bottom and extend it up about, oh, I don't know, 5 inches, something like that, over what the regular tower piece comes with. I'll try and remember to get on that.
Shame on you.
I'll do well when I send you the links. It'll remind me to get out there and do that, because I've got them stuck in a box and set aside so I wouldn't mess them up. And but I have been remiss in that. Yes, I'm sorry. We've had so much going on here with the pool and everything. And then this week for me, I'm feeling better today than I felt all week.
Yeah, you've been a mess.
Yeah, I get diverticulitis every now and then, and it was hitting me full force Monday. So I didn't do anything but sit in a chair and drink water all day. And on top of that, Sunday night, I almost blew out my knee. So that was bothering me. And then the diverticulitis and all that. And somebody could have come in and asked me if I wanted them to kill me, and I would have said yes.
You can tell when people aren't feeling good at you, because I knew you were not feeling good, because we talk a lot, and I could just tell by your texts and stuff that you were not doing well.
No, I was not in good shape Monday. Tuesday was a little better. Wednesday, it kind of hit me a little bit again, because Tuesday night I had steak, which I shouldn't have had probably. But today that part's feeling much, much better. I've been taking antibiotic for it, so that's helped immensely.
Let's see how many cars Shannon's locomotives will pull before I start having issues. I've been working through freight cars and cleaning these up. Let's see what. I could send him a video. A lot of people wondered what happened to Shannon. It's like, no, he's still on.
Well, he's supposed to be on Saturday, so we'll see.
Yeah, stay tuned, guys. He's been busy.
Lynn wants to know if we have a Facebook page for this site. I think there's a Back on Track Facebook page. Frankly, I've never been on it, and I rarely get on Facebook anymore. And when I do, I'm usually looking at either the railroad groups I'm in or relatives.
We do not have a Facebook page.
Do we not? I didn't know if they'd set one up or not.
Well, we had talked about it, and I was going to do it, but we never did. So, I mean, we could. I mean, there's certainly no reason why we can't if there's a call for it. I'm kind of like Claude. I'm on Facebook. I check stuff because I'm an administrator on several. I've got several Facebook pages that I check on. But as far as posting stuff on Facebook and following Facebook, I don't even follow my own family.
Yeah, I just don't get on there very much, and I've had people that have seen my site or seen my YouTube site or this show and wanted to be friends on Facebook, And, when I first got on Facebook, they were doing that, was it Mafia Wars was the big game. And you had to have friends help you. You couldn't do it on your own. You had to have, all these people. So everybody's friending everybody, and people they didn't even know, which is not a good idea. And I think Facebook probably did that on purpose. But anyway, I have so many people that I just need to purge my friends list and just put my relatives on it. And I don't, people ask me to friend them on Facebook, and I usually don't because I'm not on there. I don't like putting a lot of stuff on there. And it's not because I don't like you or any of that kind of stuff. So if you send me a friend request and I don't approve you, or it just sits there or whatever, it's not because I don't like you. It's because I'm never on Facebook, or not never, but rarely.
Dan Banks says that Facebook is a gold mine for modeling ideas. I personally think YouTube is. I think YouTube is a gold mine. And I've found so many people on YouTube that are doing what we do. Don't think Shannon's
Sorry for the dogs. They probably see somebody walking a dog, I guess.
Oh, you got Gus's attention. All right.
May have to go shoot some animals.
Hey, that's okay. You got Gus's attention.
Did it?
He's like,
That wake him up?
he's like, I hear barking.
Yeah.
God, these things of Shannon don't pull crap. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 cars. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I'm surprised I don't have this all over the front of my shirt. Oh, there comes the noisemaker now. What are you barking at? You don't even know, do you? Well, come here. You want to come here? No? Okay, well then leave. Out. Crazy beasts.
Are you sucking up, Daniel Banks?
Uh-oh. Somebody's sucking up.
He says not to say that it isn't great stuff on YouTube. I mean, I'm here with you guys. Well, we're glad you are. Because if I wasn't here, I'd be doing housework and yard work. Which I should be doing anyway, and I'm not.
Bernard says he's sick of Facebook, but keeping up with grandkids and family hard without switching to other platforms. Yeah, that's true. Everybody all of my relatives, they want to show all the pictures of the kids and all that kind of stuff on there. And of course, my grandkids live here in town, so I see them every Sunday. They're over here every Sunday, so I don't need to see them on Facebook.
You guys have an awesome Sunday that you do, Claude. That's a great routine.
Well, we all go to the same church, and then of course right after church they go home and change clothes and come over, but they only live about 4 miles east of us. And then my wife cooks dinner for everybody, and she rotates. Everybody gets a pick what the meal's going to be. She rotates that around, so.
Hey Bernard, you said, am I running the big switcher? What big switcher? The one that doesn't run? Is that the one? I kind of purged myself of all my steam because it didn't run worth a crap. I think I've got 2. I even got rid of my. I had a
Don't worry
couple.
about making noise.
I think I got.
I've already warned everybody that, that and the dogs bark, so.
No, I have. I've got one 060. I've got a 282 Mikado, and I got a Pacific. I got rid of everything else. Mikado runs great. It just won't pull more than about 4 or 5 cars. Yeah, Lynn, you say you use YouTube to share videos and pics of your train club. That's kind of what I do with Facebook. I've got so many picture files on Facebook, and that's kind of that's a good point. I kind of use Facebook as a picture file holder. So that I can picture.
By the way, this is the Woodland Scenics vacuum, little hand vac, and it's a handy little item for $20, whatever it was. It's got enough suction to pull dust and stuff off the layout, but not so much that it pulls all the scenery like your shop vac will.
I got a question.
Hey, Leslie, good to see you.
Hi, Leslie. I got a question for everybody, and it's kind of off the top of my head. What about the Back on Track channel? What you guys think about it? What you would like to see, or maybe what you don't like? Because we'd like to kind of.
What do you like best about it?
What do you guys like? What do you don't like? You know, if there's something you don't like, let us know. If there's something you do like, let us know. I'm just curious.
Yeah, feedback always helps.
Can't change it if we don't acknowledge it.
Although I think we got some good guests lined up for the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And working on some after that. So
This is noisy. I guess I should look at chat, find out. I have some questions. I should look. I'm sitting.
it would help.
I'm sitting here trimming a tree, and it's like, oh, I better look at it.
Daniel says he never catches the show.
Oh, that's a loss. Oh, you missed out. Oh, that's too bad.
Daniel says we need a buzzer app to say, hey, pay attention to chat.
That's a good. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, Bernard, it is okay. Lynn, go ahead and put it in there if you want to. He wanted to know if it's okay to put his club link in the chat.
Oh, okay. Hey, good morning, Mark. Mark Giuliano.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, yeah, you noticed that, didn't you? He says the layout's got more being green. Yeah, I know. Don't you like being, Mark?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, well, we're Santa Fe guys, and I'm running being green. That's yeah. You would pop in this morning and see that. Okay. Well, how? See, I'm busted by an old railroad buddy. Let's see. Actually, I got to back it up. How about if I run a cab hop, Mark? I've got a 3-unit Jeep train. I'll run a cab hop for you. How about that? 2 Jeep 35s and a Jeep 30. It'll look like the 928. Now, Mark, in answer to the BN green, I've got one BN GE that I picked up. No place for it. I just kind of figured, you know, BN's always nice. I always like BN. Okay. I'll give you a Jeep 35, a Jeep 30. And let's see, and another Jeep 35. And an extended vision miserable cab on here. Oh, Mark, you can look it up. The number is 539. I'm sure we probably got a picture of it someplace. See, Mark, this is what you do when you retire from the railroad. You sit out here and play track.
So, Mark, are you still working for the Santa Fe or BNSF?
No, Mark's another one that's gone. You know, 928 Pig Cars, Christie Siding, Cab Hop to Callaway. Yeah. I always liked the one that you were 70 miles an hour to Mormon, set out all the cars at in Mormon for the WP, and then you were cab hop to Richmond. Claude says he's Mark says he's retired.
Good for you.
Yeah, the 928 train, that was a fun one. Yeah, you leave Richmond, and you were never going to make it to Callaway. I mean, if you made it to Callaway, you were lucky. I mean, you died somewhere along the line. A lot of times you left Richmond and went to Stockton, which is Mormon yard, and you would die in a lot Mormon. You wouldn't make it'd take you 12 hours to go. Not very far. Oh, that's nice. Look where my caboose died. That's gonna be fun. I have to reach inside.
Lynn McCurdy, High Desert Modular Railroad Club. I have to look that up. So where do you live, Lynn? If you don't mind me asking. Say the high. Anytime somebody says high desert, I think of where I was born. So
That's a good place.
yes, Dave.
Yeah, we can talk old railroad stories, Mark.
Hey, Dave, did we ever get you fixed up with your prize? I know I was trying to get hold of you again, and I can't remember now if we got you fixed up or not. It's hell getting old.
See you later, Daniel Banks. He says he's got to go.
Hey, Daniel, take care.
Let's see. Yeah, we're going to do. Oh, okay, Mark. If you're still listening, I'm going to set up another one that you're going to have to look at this and tell me about it.
Okay, Lynn. I don't know if you knew this, but I was born in Apple Valley. So I used to know the high desert. I haven't been there in a long time, but Dave says no, he has to reconnect. I'm assuming you're replying to my question. Okay, Dave. Here, I'll put my email in the in here, and you just send me an email direct. Make sure that's right, and send that to you.
Yeah, Claude, Mark says the Cajon sub is very busy as hell right now. Numerous pig trains every day.
Yeah, we used to get cut at Colton Cutoff, but that was before they put that interstate in that I see on the map, you know, on Google Earth kind of thing. It didn't used to be there. Used to have to go all the way into San Bernardino and then over on the San Bernardino freeway if you wanted to go west from Cajon. But we always took what we called the Colton Cutoff and went by a little vineyard there, but it went right into our house when we lived in Bloomington and Fontana. So I know Lynn knows where that is if he was born in San Bernardino.
Pig trains were always fun to try to stop.
Well, Dad used to cuss all the freight trains if we caught one going up the hill because they were so damn slow and long. You know, there were usually always more than 100 cars.
Double stacks were the worst. Those were,
Well, back then they didn't have double stacks.
God.
Might have had the semi trailers, you know, stacked up, but
Okay,
but they didn't have the containers back then.
well, the weight to brake ratio on the pig trains was nuts. Because if you figure it, you got a double stack well car. If you look at the trucks versus the amount of containers, you have one freight car truck per 2 containers to try to stop that train.
Yeah.
You have half the brake shoes.
Okay, Dave's got to head out for an appointment. See you later, Dave.
Later, Dave.
Lynn's got to say goodbye.
See you later.
Lynn,
Man.
take care.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. No, Chard Walker. No. I knew, well, I didn't personally know Roy and Dale, but my family did. And yes, that's Rogers. I had a cousin that was best friends with their oldest daughter. She actually lived with them for a while. My cousin lived with them for a while. Very nice people. Well, no, I never met Chard Walker. I don't know who that is, actually.
Does anybody know where you can buy? Mark probably would know. I want a model of the Santa Fe Theater car number 89. I think I'm gonna have to kit bash one. I'm sure Cato makes it. It's probably a couple
Theater car.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Santa Fe built a special, I would say, observation card that they put on the back of business trains, and the entire back of the car was glass. I mean, solid glass, and then they had theater style seating for director specials and whatnot that they could sit on the, and face the rear of the train and look at the railroad.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to model something that I ran back in '92. And Mark might know what it is. I'm guessing he probably does. I'll give you a hint, Mark. Richmond Yard, 1972. Family Days. Let's see. There we go. Nobody else knows what we're talking about.
That's because you're kind of weird.
Walker was a train order operator at the Summit location for many years. Somewhat was known as a rail fan community. That's what Mark says.
Well, we left there when I was in 3rd grade, so I wasn't really into that kind of stuff then, but
No, 92, Mark. 1992, Richmond Yard. July 4th, to be exact.
Oh boy, I get to paint some more. What a joy that'll be. Like it wasn't high enough already. Spray some more paint.
Trying to get this set up and look at chat too. It's not working.
Oh,
I'll give you a hint, Mark. Let's see. We had Fast Eddie Heffernan as the conductor.
now that's a good name right there.
Oh, Fast Eddie. Yep.
Fast
And,
Eddie.
yeah.
Sounds like a pickpocket.
I had Randy Driscoll as the brakeman. Burt Chun is the rear brakeman. Actually, I should say Worms Burt Chun as the brakeman. John Herndon up in the cab with his family. I'm up in the cab with my daughter. There's a hint. Now I gotta look at chat and see if he. Let's see. You don't remember that, Steve? Or yes, I'm Steve. Yeah, we had an employee appreciation special. That. Yeah, you do because you. I think you sent me the paperwork on that. Because we still have the special instructions that ask for train crews. I think I've still got that somewhere. Sure, it was you that sent it to me.
Yeah, Marcus, as far as Mr. Walker, I wasn't really into trains so much when I was that young, but I was into Sky King, if you remember Sky King show. I don't know if you were out there at that time or not.
Bernard, what's a cool side of me? I actually used to do this. Now I play with them. Mark, you don't remember Ed Heffernan? Fast Eddie? Oh, no, you do. Get this run.
Bernard said that was a cool side of you, Steve. They never knew last week. We talked on the show.
Oh, yeah, that I ended up being the featured guest.
Yeah.
That's what happens when we don't have a subject.
Yeah, it turned out pretty well.
Well, it's fun talking about the old days because the new days suck.
That's true. This is very, very true.
At least in railroading. I think railroading right now is a miserable place. That's just me, though. Yeah, what the railroads now have done to the old railroads, that's why I don't like the BNSF. Because they took the Santa Fe and just destroyed it.
Okay, let's trace back the BNSF. That was the Quincy,
No,
Burlington.
Northern Santa Fe.
No, I know it is now, but I'm saying before it started out as the Quincy and Burlington, right?
No, the Burlington Northern, that started out as Great Northern, the Burlington.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Quincy Burlington merged with Great Northern to make Quincy Burlington Northern.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
And then they merged with Santa Fe.
Yeah, and see, Santa Fe never merged with anybody.
No.
They were a class act.
Well, it's because I had you.
Well, that's beside the point.
And what you do to the back of your hand?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
I'll give you one guess. His name is Gus.
Ah. Yeah. I understand that very well.
Puppy teeth.
Puppy teeth, puppy claws.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still too wet. But yeah, I understand that very well. Hold that up there.
Just about.
All
Can't
right.
get nothing to run here.
This is why, well, I was talking to the guy that's, you can see the ladder there. He was going up the ladder. Or coming down the ladder, actually. Ooh, that made that bad light. Even Christmas. I guess you can see that okay. Yeah, CB&Q, Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy is what it was.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember. See, and the guest we have on next week, that's his channel, is CB&Q in Wyoming.
Right.
I think is the name of his channel.
That's going to be a fun interview.
Yeah, he's a good modeler too, and from the stuff I've seen, and very interesting to listen to.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good time.
Oh, Bernard was just watching an old Sky King last night. God, I haven't seen an episode of Sky King in forever. But I didn't ever miss it as a kid. Between that and Johnny Quest, those are my two shows.
Oh, I love Johnny
Shows
Quest.
you how old I am.
I love Johnny Quest.
Oh, Johnny Quest was great. And it was on in prime time. It and Flintstones were both on in prime time.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so much better than the cartoons they put on prime time now.
Oh, I remember it was Johnny Quest, then it was Flintstones, and then Perry Mason. I had to go to bed after that. So I remember,
I had to go to bed after the cartoons were over. That was bedtime.
Yeah, I remember listening to the Perry Mason theme in bed just as I went to bed. Yeah. Now that really dates me.
Oh, Leslie, don't get Steve started on Santa Fe merging with SP.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. That was bad. That was a bad time.
Bernard. Oh, no, Haji. Oh, no. Bandit. That's what Gus looks like, Bandit.
I always liked, was it Supercar and Fireball XL5?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mark, no, I hated Speed Racer. I thought that was the dumbest. And anime to me still is some of the dumbest animation I've ever seen. It's really appealing to the Asian crowd, but I've never liked it. I always thought it was too choppy and I guess too sharp of drawing.
What about Thunderbirds?
Oh, yeah. All the marionette shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watched all that stuff. I'm waiting for paint to dry in case you didn't know.
Hey, Mark, you're from the Bay Area originally, right? Or not? Would you remember KTVU Channel 2 in the Bay Area? And what was it? Captain Satellite. That was this Saturday morning kids show. That he was a spaceship captain.
There you go. Now I get him on camera, so we'll make him famous. I don't know how many are actually watching now. Probably a handful.
4.
4?
Everybody bailed on us. A
lot of guys had to leave.
We got Mark, Leslie, Bernard, you, and me.
Got to run the cooling here for 5-10 minutes.
Not a problem.
Take everything out.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, I was on Captain Satellite when I was 4. I was either 3 or 4. And I started crying. And they had to stop the show and take me off because they thought because I thought they were going to take me into space. So I started bawling. I ruined his show. What about what was it?
Wonderful World of Disney too. That's back when Disney was good.
No, there was a Mr. Green Jeans and Bunny Rabbit and Mr. Moose.
Mr. Green Jeans was on Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo. That was it.
Yeah.
I think that one. I always loved Captain Kangaroo.
Always liked it when they dropped the ping pong balls on Mr. Moose. That was always fun.
And Grandfather Clock.
Yeah. We are showing our age, aren't we? Good gravy. Yeah, did you know he was a Marine?
I did not know that.
Yeah. He was like a Marine sergeant, I want to say. I don't exactly remember the story now. This stuff, the bad thing is this stuff always makes you look like you got jaundice. It gets I guess the dye they use in this stuff just ends up dyeing your hands. But I got a good stack of trees. I got 15 done. I'm going to do 5 more. That'll let me put that up on the underneath the bridge and some other places, replace some of the trees I've got already. And that does really help bring that backdrop into the foreground.
Oh, that backdrop, that just makes that whole scene look like
my next big thing on that bridge is lighting behind it so that the shadow of the bridge isn't on the backdrop, because that won't look good, or any trains going across. So I got to backlight it somehow, and I've got a couple of ideas. One of them is to put some LEDs on the backside of the bridge, but I'm afraid that would be too bright.
Oh, we're talking kids shows and yeah, Magic Mirror. Magic Mirror, I think, was on Romper Room. They could see everybody. Romper, Bomper, Stomper, Boo, tell me, do, tell me today. Did all my kids have fun to play that one? Yeah. And Mark wants to know about Underdog and Sweet Polly Purebred.
Oh, Bernard and I need to get together. He liked Combat, 12 O'Clock High, Rat Patrol, and Black Sheep. I never watched Black Sheep much because that was much later, but Combat, 12 O'Clock High, and Rat Patrol, yeah, I watched all those. Rat Patrol was one of my favorite, but I really liked Combat.
Oh boy,
Underdog and Sweet Polly Purebred.
Yeah.
I remember those. Oh my God. You guys are taking me way back here.
Mark, I didn't know you were that old.
Well, he retired before you did.
Yeah.
Of course, all that really tells us
No,
is he grew a brain before you did.
Yeah, well, yeah. But oh, Mark hooked me up back in 2014 for a cab ride in Niles Canyon on the 2472 with his uncle. Oh my God, that's one of my best memories of my life, Mark. That was so cool. '63. Oh, you're the same age as my younger sister. She was born in '63, either '62 or '63. I can't remember. I don't even know.
I mean, Mark's younger than we are.
I don't even know how old I am.
Well, I just turned 64, so.
I got another couple months.
But I feel a lot older after talking about all these little kid shows that we used to watch. I think back on some of those, and it seems like such a long time ago. My wife would say that's because it was a long time ago.
It was so long time. Well, yeah, people ask, would you go back and relive your high school days? And it's like, no.
Only if I could know what I know now, then yeah, there's some things I would do differently. Not everything. Some stuff I'd do exactly the same.
I know a lot of things I'd save and not throw out.
Yeah.
I'd save the Matchbox car boxes and not the cars.
Oh, I would have never opened any of them.
Oh God, the boxes are worth more than the cars are.
I had the first. Were you ever a member of the club? Hot Wheels Club?
No, I wasn't much of a Hot Wheels fan.
Oh, you had the Matchbox cars. I had mainly Hot Wheels. I had Matchbox too, but mainly Hot Wheels. But I was a member of the Hot Wheels Club, which you didn't have to pay anything for it or anything. You just sent your name in. And then they had their first special car, and this is the only one you could only get it on this through the club. You couldn't buy it retail. Oh, excuse me. Was the Boss Hoss. It was a chrome silver Mustang. I think it was a number 5. Had a black stripe down the center, and you had to have 2 box tops off of whatever company was helping them out with the thing. Had to have 2 box tops, cereal box tops, and 50 cents, and they sent you that car.
And you got a magic decoder ring.
No, I didn't get a decoder ring.
Yeah.
Just the car. And of course, I played with mine.
Yes, Mark, in answer to your question, Diane is doing fine. She still is volunteering on the Sierra Railroad from time to time. She enjoys it, but she's working a lot now, and she's involved with the church, but she's still hooked up with Stephanie Caddick, and so am I actually. So yeah, she's still involved with the Sierra Railroad. And for anybody that doesn't know, the Sierra Railroad is a very famous railroad that nobody knows about. But there are no, seriously, there are so many movies and TV shows that were filmed there. Petticoat Junction, for one. Back to the Future with their 10-wheeler. I think it's number 3. That's in there. But I'm friends with a couple people up there that work there. But yeah, it's a famous railroad. Runs out of okay. I'm going to say this wrong, Mark, but it runs out of Oakdale, Oakdale to because I know the Santa Fe used to have the Oakdale local that ran out of Riverbank. It connected with the Sierra Railroad.
Bernard, you met Boynton? That would have been cool.
Mark, this is somewhat of a recreation of that. I've got the locomotive. I've got the locomotive for 515 and the 556. I've got the full-length dome, but I got to come up with a theater car to put on the rear end. Because I mean, you can't see that, but pull it up here a little bit. There. Leslie, you want to go to the Sierra Railroad, but you'd have to cross the pond to do that, wouldn't you? You're like over in Britain, correct? Hi, Gus. looking for more. You're trying to get in trouble. Hmm? You looking for trouble? Here, I'll set up this camera a different way so you can see a different angle because
Even boring for me.
That's what I thought, Leslie. You come all the way over from Great Britain and you go to California? Okay. Why did my camera move around? My phone's not moving. There we go. Okay.
I'm like setting the can right in the way when I. What this is some of this Scenic Express. What do they call that? Wonder leaf or something like that. What do they call that stuff? Super leaf. It's a little different. Excuse me. A little different static. Not static. A little different ground cover stuff or leaf than your basic foam, which this is. I was just experimenting with putting a little bit on the outside, and I like that because it gives a good contrast. I don't know if you can see that in that bright light. That gives a little good contrast. Might be easier to see it here. And how they look. Shows up real good in person. So I may do that on a lot of them, put some of that on top.
Gus wants to meet your dogs, Claude.
Oh, Gus does.
Yeah, he hears them.
Well, he'll meet them next year. Brenda asked me about it again. Oh, by the way, she wanted to know if you had given me the dates yet for Train Mountain.
Well, right now we don't have the triennial dates, so that they're going to do it, but they haven't thrown out the dates yet.
Okay.
So
Well, we may. Do you know when they're going to do that?
well, last year they did it. I believe it was the last week in June.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure if that's when they're going to do it. I've tried to find out, but they're not putting out information yet.
Well, they may be hoping, they may be waiting, hoping that things will open back up enough that they can not have too many restrictions and stuff.
Well, they're going to have to decide pretty quick because it takes them a year to plan this thing, and we're coming up on June, so they're going to have to put out the word pretty soon.
Well, she wanted to know. Of course, it's not really that big a deal because she'll be retired, and then, well, I will be too by that time, as retired as I'm going to get.
Oh my God! Us, jeez! Oh God! Oh my God! He's making my eyes water. Jeez, can that dog fart? Oh my God!
That's worth the price of admission right there.
Oh my God, that'll make you want to puke. Oh, I thought blue was bad.
That's too funny.
Oh man. He's like, I gotta go potty again.
That would be a warning sign, yeah. Shots fired.
That's yeah, he's shot across the bow.
Oh, yeah. Shots fired.
Oh man. Hey Mark, are you still around? Because I noticed you mentioned Phil Gosney would be proud of that. I'll tell you what, Phil and I go way back. He was the first back in '78. I had just hired out with the railroad in '77. Gus, just a minute. And Phil knew immediately that I wanted to be an engineer. And anytime I worked with him, he would always let me run. And he was the first engineer to ever let me run I was a brand new switchman, brakeman or whatnot. And Phil Gosney, he's running, I think he retired now, but he switched over to Amtrak. But man, I tell you, that guy's a hell of an engineer. Hell of a historian too. Oh God, you stink, Gus. Jeez. I'm gonna take this guy outside for a minute. Somebody is pungent. Come on.
Okay, one more tree left, but I'm out of material. No, I'm not. I got a little bit left. Okay. I'm going to give you a shot here. Get my camera turned around. Okay, these are the two I already had, but from there on I did today. So I got all these all the way to there. I think that's 20 trees, and most of them are going to go right up here. So there, and replace those over there. Those are the trees that I was never really happy with. So that's where these will be going.
Oh, what did I miss?
You didn't miss anything. I'm just showing them what I finished today.
Oh, okay.
You can watch the replay if you got to know.
Yeah, I'm just looking back at chat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mark. Phil's a knowledge, man. I tell you what, that guy knows everything. We need. How about Claude? We need an audible Nightbot. that could, while we do this, it could tell us what chat is saying.
You actually speak up and say something?
Yeah. It's like, when somebody says something in chat, Nightbot would put it into words. So that we wouldn't have to keep looking at the computer. Or the tablet or whatever. God, you stink, Gus. Jeez. Man, take him outside and he still stinks.
Okay. That stuff and these I'm going to put in there.
No, don't chew on the wires. No, don't chew on the wires. You make a lot of noise.
Oh, I think that's Mark.
What's Mark?
Oh, I just got a text message, and that I think would be Mark. So hang on here.
Do we get to meet Mark? Hang on a second. Gus is pulling tools off my tool rack.
No, it was Mark, all right. It was Micro Mark.
Micro Mark.
Yeah, not the Mark I was thinking. Okay.
Wrong Mark.
Not Mark Pruitt. Micro Mark.
Well, everybody's going to have to stay tuned because we got some good shows lined up.
Yeah, and some good ideas for some others too. So keep doing that. Get off there. There we go. Yeah, and some good ideas for some other shows. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some of those guests that we're thinking of.
We're also going to have Tom of Tom's Trains and Things on.
Yeah, that was one I was trying to think of that you had told me that you thought we might get on.
Yeah, he just said he's been real busy for the last few weeks, but he definitely wants to get on.
Okay, done with that.
Learn a lot because I remember watching Tom's videos way back.
Yeah.
Back when I was watching yours, Claude, and I didn't know who you were. Like, who the hell is this cowboy?
Right, now aren't you sorry?
It's like, who is this cowboy guy?
Okay. Now we should go over here. I need to move this light back.
I need to go paint some trees. I made 4.
I wasn't worried about beating my head on it the whole time I was trying to do some of this stuff back here. I'd put this valance in and put some lighting in it. But I'm worried about, I hit my head enough on the stringers I've got up there already.
Where is, there we go.
Okay. Ooh, I have some leaning foliage. That's not supposed to be leaning like that. That's right. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Helps if you know what you're looking for. You know, I turned that, but I can't really turn it very well.
I'm still here.
You're still here. That's where a 12-inch drill bit works really well. 12-inch long drill bit. Oops, if you can remember where you drilled the hole. Here somewhere.
Oh, the trees are still running? Interesting. Okay. I made 4 trees.
Well, I thought I drilled a hole there. Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Well, let's see. How about this tree? Let's see. We'll put this tree right here. How about that? Is that a good place for it? Right there. That's a new one. Let's see, take that right there. Put you, let's see. About,
I will be right back.
So, Mark, what do you do to fill your days besides watching us? I know you got to have a life.
Of course, I see Bernard, Leslie, and Martin. What about, let's see, is that a good place? What about down here? You never know where to put a tree, right? Let's see. You just hang around where you live.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who's got their gas? Oh. What about, let's see, what about back here?
I'm back.
You're back. We didn't miss you.
You didn't miss me?
No, we didn't miss you. I didn't know you were gone.
Ah, there you go. Well, you didn't miss much anyway. Wouldn't have missed much. Oh, that's okay.
I'll have to show you guys my farmhouse scene. Still got to do an update.
I liked your update, Claude.
It wasn't much of an update, but
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought I should get something out.
I think we're way too hard on ourselves.
Yeah, well. Probably should have some real fine light green.
I know, guys. I know.
It's gonna be thingy, but you're not gonna stay. Stay there.
Why are you chewing on the wood stove?
Because it tastes good.
That's metal, dude.
It tastes like wood.
Tastes like chicken.
Stay there.
You want to see the farmhouse scene?
Here.
Get this stupid thing to stay still. Whoop, that was good. That was good. You liked it better by the bridge, huh? Okay, Bernard. He said he liked it better by the bridge.
What's that?
Oh, I changed it so you could see my farmhouse.
See, look.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, there you go.
Okay. He liked it better by the bridge. What if I do, let's see. See how many trees I can break off. Is that better, Bernard?
That's a 6-pound.
Wish I could do this a little bit more this way. I know you're bored. I know. I know. Okay, I'm going to leave this run for a while. I got to go take the dogs out. He's not happy, and I'm sure the ones inside aren't happy. So I'll leave this run, and I will be back.
All righty.
Unless my phone dies. Of course, maybe I could plug that in. Okay, let's try that. He's like going, I'm done.
I don't know where I had that. yeah, those look so much better. So much better. Oh, Lordy have mercy.
Okay, that's a decent angle. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Come on, guys.
There we go. I think that one had roots in it when I tried to pull it out. Almost that there. Yeah, from the time man back on track use me that art of just screwing around. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. That's kind of what the beans all started as. That Bernard was just screwing around. Okay, wait a minute. Bernard's telling me. I'm going back here on chat. Same for me, Bernard, as far as meeting people and the technology having changed so much. I got real excited about the DCC stuff. And I'm not going to get real deep into it, but just having the sounds and being able to run, multiple locomotives together and that kind of thing, I thought was really cool. And you're going to buy some fast tracks jigs like 8s and 10s. Not sure how short I can go yet. Maybe 6s, but looking. Yeah, the 6s are a decent size turnout. I don't think I've got. Well, you've got one of my 6s, I think, don't you? Aren't you the one that won that number 6? Okay, I think I need to go take care of the air conditioning guy, so I'll be right back. Yeah, if I was Bernard, if I was going to run a full HO layout and had the room, yeah, I'd be running 10s, 8s minimum, probably 8s in a yard, and that way you can run all the big engines, big boys, and Challengers and stuff like that. I've got a Challenger that I'm going to have to sell. It's a Genesis, Athearn Genesis Challenger. It's a really nice engine, but it's just a little too big for this layout. I think it negotiates it okay, but it's an awfully big engine for this. No more space than I've got. I know everybody thinks this layout's big, and it is if you got a layout like Steve's, but it's nothing compared to what a lot of people have. So, oh, excuse me, got winded walking upstairs. But yeah, I would go with as big a turnouts as you can get away with in your track plan, because they will just, everything will negotiate it so much better. Oh, mercy me. Come on, stay up there. Okay, you're going to get some help. You won't stay, I'll make you stay. There. Oh. And say, oh, so many passengers too late now. Yeah. Yeah, I debated. I even bought a number 4 turnout for the narrow gauge, and it's the K27s go through it, but they don't like them. The C19s go through with no problem at all. And I've only got 2 of them on the layout. The only other one smaller than a number 6 I've got on the layout is a number 5Y. I think I put that in. Yeah, it's a number 5Y here by the turntable. So I think it'll work okay too. It actually looks like it's easier to negotiate than the 6, but who knows? I've made a couple of 6Ys out of the 3-way switch jig. That's the nice thing about those jigs is you can change stuff up and make other stuff than what they're intended for. Excuse me, I'm gonna blow my nose here right quick. Probably have paint in my nose. And of course, Fast Tracks has now come out with their new crossings, their frogs for their crossings, which will make doing a crossing much easier than buying the crossing jig. You don't even have to buy a jig. You just buy the cast crossing part and then plug in the rails to it. So, and they look really good. They actually look more realistic than when you make in a jig. Kind of like the frogs. That's the one thing on the Fast Tracks stuff that I'm not real crazy about is the frog isn't a cast frog. It's all rail, which they work good, but depending on the rolling stock and stuff and the size of wheels you're using, they have a tendency to drop in the hole right in front of the point of the frog. And you get a little bump right there. So you have to be careful with that because, normally those would be cast material on a real railroad, and your flange would run on top of that in the flange way as opposed to just the wheel on top of the rail. So that's one drawback, but it's a minor one. Okay. Let me get some of these plugged in here. Get up there. And I would venture to say that Steve's going to come back in and say he's got to go.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. No, no, I just actually walked in and I heard that. I was like, yep, gotta go. Nope, gotta go.
Oh, cool, Bernard.
Love Challenger. I gotta get back in chat, see what was going on.
Well, Bernard, they don't have the frogs for the turnouts, but it's for their crossing series, and I think they call them diamond crossings in the menu on the site. They're up, it was up at the very top or very close to the top, and right now all they have is a 90-degree HO standard gauge. So I don't know if that'd do any good or not, but they're planning on doing more, but they haven't gotten to them yet as far as the angles of the crossings. But it's just for crossings. It'd be really cool if they had them for the turnouts too, but as of yet, not yet. So.
I'm still around. I'm listening. I'm doing chores outside while I'm listening to you guys. So, and you're watching trains.
Watching trains on the Back on Track channel.
On the Back on Track. Are we trackside or back on track?
We're
back on track, trackside.
Well, yeah, we're
I don't know what we are.
Trackside Beans on the Back on Track channel.
Yeah. And trackside is and Saturday morning trackside. Yeah. Okay. It was supposed to be the channel's name was supposed to be Trackside, and then it got done with Back on Track, which we liked, and so now I don't know if it's Back on Track Trackside or Trackside Back on Track or what.
It's Trackside on the Back on Track channel.
Okay, works for me. I'm trying to catch up on work while I'm doing the beans.
You're being remiss in your duties.
Yeah. The one thing I got to do is clean out this shop. This thing is a mess. And it's all your fault.
What?
What? What? Me? Don't give me that innocent routine. What was it? The Star Trek when they went to was it called A Piece of the Action? I don't
know. I wasn't a big Trekkie.
Yeah, I was. I was a huge Trekkie. It got a little crazy though. I followed it as far as Deep Space Nine, and I think after that, it's like, you know what? That's a little much.
You're kind of like Sheldon, huh?
Sheldon? Yeah.
Yeah, on Big Bang Theory.
Never watched it.
You never watched Big Bang Theory?
Nope.
How can you be a Trekkie and not watch Big Bang Theory? They live for that stuff on that show.
That's a good question.
Man, you have a good show if you never watched it.
No, I saw some good shows. Captain Satellite.
Well, Big Bang Theory was just the last 10 years.
And Romper Room.
Oh, no. Well, I could do Romper Room with...
Okay, here's trivia. What was the name of the gal that hosted it?
Hosted what? Romper Room?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Her name was Miss Nancy.
Is it Miss Nancy? I just remember thinking, or wondering when she was going to call my name, when she looked into the mirror.
Yep.
Never called my name.
I see Johnny. I see Billy.
Oh, it was always Johnny and Davey and Freddie and Billy and
Mark.
Yeah.
And Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard.
Oh, yeah. They never called me.
and Tyler
Tyler.
and John's here. Where are you at now, John?
Are you joking about Romper Bumper Stopper Boo, or is John really here?
No, John's really here.
Oh.
He's not flying. He's doing house project.
Oh, John 268?
Yeah.
Or 2618? Wow.
Whatever number he is. Yeah.
268. There was a 2 and a 6 in there someplace. 2618.
Oh,
John,
yeah.
you are my favorite pilot.
Yeah, John's cool.
You do what I wish I could do.
Too bad you don't have a YouTube channel like that, John. I've seen a couple of pilots. One of them's got had a kit Fox kit plane that was kind of cool, and he flew all the way from Idaho, where he lived, all the way to I want to say Alabama. It was a long flight, several legs. They took several legs, but that was kind of cool. And
Wow.
'cause it was all low level. And then the other guy I started watching has an air coupe. I always thought the air coupes were kind of cool. I didn't realize, though, until I started watching stuff on them, that the air coupe was actually designed not to stall. And they say that you can't stall it because you can't pull up enough on the elevator to stall the thing.
You know what I found out? If you run a cab hop and another train with 3 passenger cars, they run forever and you don't have to worry about them.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna bring chat out. I'm outside, so give me a break. Let's see.
John says he's telling Bernard, he said he told the guys, come on now, I have a layout to build. And he's been in Hawaii for 12 days.
Oh my God.
Oh, he'll be in Hawaii for 12 days next month. Chilling. Yeah, well, you suck, John.
Yeah, don't tell us.
I've been to Hawaii. It's nice. Very nice.
I've never been to Hawaii. My wife's been 4 times. You said that's not that big a deal. It's like, well, yeah, if you've been 4 times.
Yeah. Becomes old hat by then, yeah.
Yeah. I've never gone. I want to go on the bar.
Oh, I enjoyed Hawaii. Of course, I liked, we went to Pearl Harbor and all that stuff too. And, I like the history stuff. So that was pretty cool. And then on to Alaska for July, in July for 12. Well, there you go. At least you're hitting it at the right time. Of course, they may still have snow in July.
Yeah, we need to take a cruise lot and go up to and ride the
White Pass?
yeah,
You're breaking up,
that would be cool.
by the way.
Oh, crap.
I have ridden the White Pass.
Okay. That's good to know. That I'm breaking up.
Yeah, I've been on the
How about
White
if I get
Pass.
closer?
Brenda and I took a cruise up to Alaska in 2007, and I did the White Pass. She didn't care for it too much, but then she doesn't like high mountain roads either. She likes the view. She just doesn't like being on them with me because I look at the view too instead of the road. One of the best was Red Mountain Pass there in Colorado between Ouray and Durango.
Ouray? You said
Ouray. Ouray, yeah.
Ouray.
Ouray's the town that they were trying to get to from Silverton with the narrow gauge.
Hmm.
And Mears, the guy that built a lot of the railroads, had built the toll road, wagon road, over to Ouray. And it's called the $1 Million Highway now. And it's a beautiful drive, but you better pay attention to the road if you're the one driving. because if you want to see stuff, pull off the road when there's a pullout, because you'll run off the road. There's no guardrails, and it's a narrow 2-lane and lots of traffic. So you don't want to screw around and be looking over the side when the road turns, because it would take a second for you to be over the edge.
Yeah, and I agree with you, John. He said, I'd love to do videos, but the FAA can be picky with things. And he has to keep his boss's family private. And amen to that.
Yep, that's true, and I understand that.
Don't
Well, I
even
knew
go
that.
there. Yeah.
I knew that
Yeah.
when I said that, but
Yeah.
and those two guys that I mentioned, both of them have their own airplane, and they're doing strictly little short hop videos. The guy with the air coupe was going from, he lives up around Tahoe somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but he was
You know
flying
what,
to
John?
Oshkosh.
You should do videos and just never post them. And so someday when your boss says you can post them. It's like our seaplane's going to be flown up to Alaska when we're there. It should be a fun trip. Man, you've got a great life, John. That is awesome. Holy crap. I'm just looking at the chat. Sorry. Yeah, tell him you're going to just do videos and never, and give them to him so that when he retires and you know who he is, you can post all these great videos. I suppose I could clean my shop while we're talking.
You could, but then what would you have to bitch about?
Bitch about cleaning the shop.
I need to check and see if Mark
If
has
you
tried
guys
to get
could
a hold of me.
If you guys could see it, it's like, oh, can't show it to you. Guys, I gotta go chew out the dog. Shh. No. Guys, no. No. Shh.
Okay, well, I got all mine done. Let me flip this around here. Ooh. One thing I don't like about StreamYard is the way you flip the camera.
Oh, it's a pain in the butt.
Yes, it is. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go. Okay, so I did 20 trees, and here's where they got put, most of them. Some there I need to make some more pine trees to go in, and of course my trees fell over back here.
Nice.
I had them. It's one thing I got to keep. Once I glue them in, I got to keep an eye on them for a little while because they keep wanting to fall over. But that looks much better than the ones I had in there, I think. And I'm the only one that matters. So there you go.
Well, Claude, John says, wow, very nice. And I would agree.
Yeah, I'm happy with them. I'm so glad I figured out a way of making them of doing them so that they look more like, to me, look more like an aspen. Oh,
Well, you nailed
I
it.
got the wrong one on there. That's why. Dingo. I'm not very smart sometimes. There we go. Because that's what you want to see is this right here, right? It's a
Well,
gas.
sure.
It is
It's
too.
gas. It is. So's Gus. We call him
Sometimes it
Gassy
gives you.
Gus.
Sometimes it gives you gas.
We call him Gassy Gus
There you go.
because he's a stinky butt.
Uh-oh, aspen's falling. I just put those in with white glue, so they're very easy to pull back out if I need to, but it takes the white glue a little while before they actually decide to stay there. But once they do, they hold pretty well, even on those plastic stems or trunks. But yeah, I think those look pretty good. I'll give you a wide shot. But it really did make the backdrop look even better, I think.
Yeah, and it looked epic before.
I need to put some more. I need to make some more. They got to go in right here in this area, I think. And then I'm going to have more pine trees right here. And maybe one or two scattered in amongst the aspen.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see on the backdrop, there's not a lot of pine trees in amongst the aspen. They're around them, but the aspen pretty much take over when they come in. And of course,
Well,
up on this backdrop, all of these are aspen up here on the side of this
you
hill.
explained to me how the aspen work. That they're kind of an invasive weed.
Yeah, well, they grow like almost like a weed. I think I was telling them earlier that's the way they do. Any of these grows of aspens that you see are all connected together. They're all one tree. But they are beautiful. They're one of my favorite trees to see, you know. And they've got the wood on them is beautiful too. I've seen a lot of furniture and stuff made with aspen wood.
Well, you're going to love the aspen grove up at Train Mountain when you go.
Well, like I say, we may just start planning the trip. And then if it's, you know, if the triennial's there, great. If not, you know, just me and you'll go.
Well, we're going to have fun either way.
Yeah, because Brenda's not, you know, she's not going to want to go up there.
Neither she was. She's like, I've been there once. It's too big. I don't want to go back.
Yeah, well, so that's why Brenda was with you. I mean, she got me into the RC airplanes, but she went to the field maybe twice where I didn't ask her to bring me something from the house. And I never could get her to fly an airplane. And Mike, the guy that just passed away that I knew, he got her on a buddy box and was having her fly. Of course, she wasn't real crazy about it. She was smiling while she was doing it, but you know, it wasn't something that was going to entertain her for very long.
Now, see, I could have a fifth wheel up at Train Mountain and a container to store my train, and I'd be a happy camper up there.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a blast. And I'm definitely looking forward to coming and seeing it because that's going to be one of the major things I want to see on that trip.
Well, and when you're that close, you got to go to Crater Lake because they're they're almost next door.
Yeah, I've seen that on the map. Yeah, we'll plan on going there. We'll probably go Lake Tahoe. Yosemite's still up in the air. I don't know if we'll do that or not. Just depends on how the timing falls. But I don't usually take a long road trip like that without reservations at hotels. So I've got to see where I want to go and then calculate how much time I need between hotels. so I know how far apart they need to be.
Well, I think having seen both, if I had to take a choice between Lake Tahoe and Yosemite, I'd do Yosemite. I mean, Lake Tahoe's nice, but
Yeah. Well, Lake Tahoe's a little easier access.
right.
That was my only thing, and I thought if there's something I got to bypass, it'd probably be Yosemite. Just because
Well,
I
yeah,
know
and
it
you
can
got
get really crowded too, and we won't be staying there. We'll just be driving through. So,
oh yeah,
but
and if Yosemite, you don't want to stay there and see it and hike around.
see, and that's the thing. We'll have the dogs with us, so we won't be able to do that because they'll be just like Yellowstone.
Right.
They won't allow you to have the dogs out on the paths and all that kind of stuff for
Yeah.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
In Yellowstone,
But
they said the biggest reason was the grizzlies considered dogs to be competing for their food or their prey.
Oh.
And so they get aggressive with dogs. And so that's why they won't let you take one on any trails with you. Of course, you can't have them on the boardwalks around like the thermal deals because they don't want them going to the bathroom on the boardwalk, which I can understand.
Right.
But we were able to get them out when we went to Old Faithful. It's almost like a big parking lot, gravel parking lot there. Great big area, and we sat back quite a ways, which is a better viewing area anyway. And that's really the only place we got out of the car at Yellowstone, other than the gas station.
Yeah, I saw Old Faithful once back in '75.
Yeah, once you see it, that's it. But
Yeah.
that was one of the things. If we were going to be in Jackson Hole, I wanted to see Old Faithful. So yeah, I saw it. And Yellowstone's beautiful. And we went to perfect time because we went last summer, and there was a lot of people, but nothing like it normally is. I remember pictures from my childhood back in the '60s, and it was just miles and miles of bumper to bumper traffic, and that would drove me crazy.
Oh, I hate that. I'll never go back to Seattle. We went to Seattle a couple years ago, and it was very touristy, and we got it's a long story. We got trapped downtown trying to get out of Seattle during commute hour. Man, talk about a panic attack. Trying to get out of down by the marina and up to the freeway. It took us about 2 hours, and everywhere we turned, there was just traffic, and it was like being at Walmart.
Well, the best thing to do in that
attack.
kind of situation, best thing to do in that situation is find a place to park. Go find you a place to have some coffee or something or a drink, and go and sit until traffic dies down. Because
oh God, we were way past that. It was like get out of Seattle. It was like and panic attack. It's like I got to get out of this city.
Oh, that doesn't help when you get that way.
It's like, oh my God, it was nuts. Oh, let's see. I'm looking at chat. Let's see.
See, when we went to Seattle, I had a friend that I'd met online. I was flying combat stuff online, and I met a guy that lived in it's a little town just at the foot of Mount Rainier. If Mount Rainier ever blows, he'll be one of the first ones to get it.
Tacoma, maybe?
No,
that's at the foot.
No, it starts with a B, I think.
Mm.
He's right at the foot of on the west side of Mount Rainier. Anyway, he met us at the airport, picked us up and took us on a tour of Seattle. We went to Boeing Field and all that stuff, and down to the fish market and all that, and went and had lunch, and then took us back to the hotel at the airport because we were catching the bus to go to Vancouver to get on the cruise ship. So that was a lot of fun doing that.
Bernard asked me when I'm going to Train Mountain, and I don't know. I'd live up there because I'm only 2 hours away, but I never know when I'm going to go. I'm hoping very soon. I haven't been up there in almost a year. Hey, Gus, you fart.
Oh, Brenda's got a question from the pool guy. Okay.
Is she in chat?
No. She's on my text.
Hi, Roy. Welcome back. Just saw you were here. I'm not hearing you, Claude.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm typing.
Okay. That's because I'm on chat. My iPad's delaying. I can't believe these trains are still running. But the power supply is like melting. You guys want a different angle? Here, give you a different angle. That's getting boring.
Yeah, the pool guy says he couldn't remember us picking out tile colors for the pool. I know we did because he gave us a video and not blow ups, but graphics of what the pool would look like, computer generated pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was the same colors we picked out. So I would have thought he may not have that in his possession. He made a little disc or a little memory card for us so we could have it. But he evidently
Is that CGP, computer generated pictures, as opposed to CGI?
Yeah, I don't know what you would call it, but anyway, they're computer. He makes them on the program. He's got a program because he had one made up for us. We went into the office and we told him, well, can we move this over here and do this and this? And he just do some clicks on the computer and change it around. So it's off a computer program that they use to design the pools, which is kind of cool.
Gotcha.
The way they did it was really cool. Oh, John's the one that shot down the TBM. And those TBMs are humongous airplanes.
My locomotive is running and ready, Bernard. I don't know about that.
Hey, John, did you know the TBM is still the largest aircraft, carrier-based aircraft ever flown off a carrier? Well, not ever flown off a carrier, but based on a carrier. Now I know they've landed C-130s and they used B-25s in World War II to hit Tokyo and all that mess. But the TBM Avenger is the largest aircraft ever based on a carrier, and it is a big airplane, man. I mean, that sucker's huge. I've seen one down in Dallas. Uh-oh, Bernard watches Juan too.
I guess I need to get out more.
Oh, is Roy here? Oh, Roy. Hey, Roy.
Yeah, Roy Etham's here. Yeah, he dropped in a little bit ago.
Sorry, Roy. I didn't see you come in. My brain's not working very well today.
It's tough being
In fact,
perfect.
I'm almost to the point where I've got to get off my feet for a little bit.
It's tough being Superman, Claude.
John's going to go pick up their new airplane from the paint shop tomorrow in Battle Creek, Michigan. What kind of airplane is it, John? Yeah, the one I saw, Bernard, was down in Atchison, Texas, which is in North Dallas.
was in Kansas.
Kavanaugh Air Museum. And the neat thing about that air museum, now he's opened it up. It used to be a private collection, all his airplanes. But the neat thing about the collection is that most of those airplanes are airworthy. You go through them, and it doesn't matter if they're World War I, World War II, Korean air, air, whatever. They'll have oil pans under them. All the radial engines will, because they all drip oil, and they all have oil pans under them, catching the oil. And so you can get a ride in several of theirs that they have. Cool, John. I've flown in some of those commercial jets that made by them. Yeah, my neatest story from the Kavanaugh Air Museum is I was there one time. I was going to get a ride we're having rides on the B-17 that crashed up in Massachusetts a year or so ago. I actually rode in that airplane. I've got pictures of riding in it. It was a really cool deal. But while I was there, what was neater than riding in the B-17 was they have a little art gallery there, really nice art gallery. It's not very big, but it's a nice art gallery. And I'm going through looking at some of the art and stuff, the aviation art that they had. And I hear these guys talking. And they're all older than I was. This has been 20 years ago now. All older than me. Quite a bit older than me. More my father's age. And their wives. And they were standing in front of this picture, and their wives were asking them about this picture. And the guy says, well, that was me and John and Henry and, this, and this. He said, it didn't happen exactly like that, but that's pretty close. It was a picture of a mission that he had been on in World War II.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. And so I walked around the art gallery just listening to their stories. It was really cool.
Those are the heroes, those guys, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Between stuff like that and going on the Band of Brothers tour that my wife got me a few years ago, that was very humbling and very surreal. When we walked through the Boisjacques Forest there, just north of Bastogne, northeast of Bastogne, where they had dug in, on the edge of the town of Foix, not Foy, but Foix.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the actual pronunciation of it. All Americans call it Foy. But all of their the holes in the ground where they that they dug to get foxholes that they dug are still there. Yeah, they're still there. And the scene is pretty much what it looked like then, except the trees weren't exploding. But walking through there's so many pine needles on the ground. It was like walking on a mattress on a bed. It was just spongy, soft from all the pine needles in this forest. Really, really surreal feeling walking through there. It's quiet. And of course, there was only 12 of us on the tour, which was one reason that tour was so good. But yeah, it was very humbling to just stand there and see that. As was cemeteries, Omaha and American Cemetery. Luxembourg City was the same way.
I was just going to say that I had a chance to go to Omaha Beach in 2004, and I got to walk on the beach, and
Yeah.
that was just, I got chills walking on it because
Oh yeah.
I couldn't imagine what these guys went through.
Did you go to the cemetery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are paid. Those are kept up by American tax dollars. All American
Right.
cemeteries there. But the people that are in charge of keeping them up spend that money very, very well. Be rest assured, if you haven't had a chance to get over there, rest assured the money is spent very, very well. They take the best care of those cemeteries, and it's locals that take care of them. It's Americans oversee them, but it's locals that do the work, and they do a fantastic job. And there's a thing about Normandy too that you probably noticed, Steve, how many American flags flying on the Normandy coast. To this day, they still fly a lot of American flags there. A lot of people don't know that, but they still appreciate what happened.
I can't find it, but I've got my Normandy sand in here in this mess somewhere. Yeah, I've got a vial full of Normandy sand. Yeah, because that just gave me chills walking on that.
Yeah, we brought back sand from Utah Beach, Normandy, not Normandy, but Utah, Omaha, and Sword Beach, I think. Sword Beach is where over where they had the Mulberry docks, the artificial docks, and some of them are still kind of out there with the deals of the casings that they put in the ground they floated over there. Concrete blocks they floated over and then sunk them in the water so that they can moor the ships up.
Yeah, we walked on Omaha. It was Omaha Beach that we walked on.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's.
I'm glad I didn't
cool.
have to do that.
Yeah, we didn't go to Breakcourt, but we went real close to it. We went and saw the memorial put up for Easy Company that attacked the Breakcourt Manor guns on D-Day, which is not on the farm because the farm is privately owned. So, you can see it, but you got to get with the owner of the farm and all that mess. And the tour operators don't bother to do that because most of the time they're going to be told no, they can't come. But yeah, that was a cool trip. Got to go see Eagle's Nest. Had great weather, man, beautiful view from up there. I can see why Hitler he didn't like the Eagle's Nest, but he liked Birch's Garden, where he had his main place, which was down much lower level. He was scared of heights. But Bird Hall or the Eagle's Nest is a great viewing point. Man, just the Alps is beautiful.
Yeah, John, I agree. He said I'm sure it's a very emotional experience being there. It is, because these guys were 17, 18 years old. And, walking on, because I was walking from, if you're facing the ocean, from left to right, and you look over the ocean and these guys are coming in on these bluffs and they had no way to turn back.
Yeah.
I just cannot imagine that at 18 years old.
Yep. Did you go
looking back at me at 18? It's like, Jesus.
Did you go to Point de Hoc? That is Point de Hoc is about halfway between Omaha and Utah beaches, and that's
we didn't make it up that far.
Yeah, that's the one the Rangers assaulted, but they had to go up a cliff. And we went there, and of course they have to keep the area mowed, the grass mowed with goats because of all the shell holes, and these shell holes are big enough for this house to fit in. But yeah, that was kind of cool too to see that kind of stuff. But I got choked up more there, I think, there and in the foxholes in Bastogne than I did anywhere else. But
that was worth our trip to. Yeah, we went to Paris for 2 weeks, which is a long time to go to France, in 2004. And that was the highlight of the trip, was being able to go there.
Yeah. Well, that's the main thing. We flew into Paris and we drove over to Normandy, stayed there for 3 nights. Went back to Paris for 1 night. No. Yeah, 1 night. and then went to Luxembourg City, where we went up to Bastogne and stuff one day, American Cemetery, and went to a castle that was there pretty close. And then we went to Munich for 3 days, 3 or 4 days, and went to Berchtesgaden.
I remember
Salzburg and
remember
Berchtesgaden and all that stuff.
we were driving over from Paris to the Normandy and stopped in Caen because girls had to go to the bathroom. I've never seen so many ways to go to the bathroom in France as there is.
Well, you better have some.
We
Euros.
opened this.
You better
Oh
have some
my
euros
God,
with you
Sheila
too.
she went in there, she opened it up, and it was like a hole in the ground with 2 foot steps. I mean, 2 foot pads. And
Yeah,
a hole.
we never saw any
And
of those.
She said, I don't have to go that bad.
that would be Brenda too. She was worried
Never
about that
mind.
when we went over there, and we never found any like that. But everyone we did in Germany, Belgium wasn't like that, but Germany, Luxembourg wasn't like that. But Germany and France, both, you had to pay at least a half a euro
Oh yeah.
every time you went in.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes it was just
Yeah.
a plate on the table outside the door, but you were expected to put a euro or two in it when you went in there. But the bathrooms were clean.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was the thing.
Yeah,
They
'cause it's
used to have to pay
self-clean.
whoever cleaned it. Yeah, and they kept them clean.
Yeah.
My biggest surprise, we were over there. We had to stay in the Paris airport for 6 hours because we got in at 6 a.m. and they didn't pick us up till noon.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting in the Paris airport, which is a great people watching place.
Oh sure.
But I had to go to the bathroom, and I thought, oh, this is going to be nasty because it was downstairs from where we were and all this. And I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be nasty in here, but I got to go. So went in there. It was like an operating room. I've never seen an airport bathroom so clean in my life as it was in Paris. And that could have been an anomaly. I don't know, but it was very clean. I had to give them kudos for that. Anyway, I've got to get off my feet. They're killing me.
Yeah, I probably should go too. Yeah. Well, this
Yeah.
has been fun. 3 hours. Actually, what? 3 hours and almost
Hello?
exactly 3 hours and 30 minutes.
There we go.
3.5
That's a good place to stop. Well, John, you be careful going to pick up the airplane and going to Hawaii and Alaska.
Yeah.
Suck. And
Man,
we'll see you later.
Hang in there, Roy, Bernard. I think that's probably the only ones left. John, Bernard, and Roy, you and me. I think that's it. I think everybody else left.
Yep, you're right about that, Bernard. Kids don't know. They have no clue.
Nope.
They have no clue. Anyway.
And unless they learn, never going to happen. Okay, Claude.
Yeah. All righty. Everybody have a good time this week and be careful. And Steve, I'll see you later. And
okay. I will.
Anyway, bye. Just in
See
general.
you guys later, man. Peace out.